Electric truck maker Rivian, in the meantime, shares revving once again after a whopping 30% gain in the first day of trade.
The EV startup bubble isn't just deflating, it's imploding, taking thousands of early adopters down with it. While traditional automakers methodically perfect their electric platforms, flashy startups like Rivian are burning through billions.
The companies that are more aggressive in making that shift have a much higher likelihood of continuing to thrive for decades to come.
While delivering vehicles that Consumer Reports ranks dead last for reliability. These companies promise to revolutionize transportation, but they're actually teaching expensive lessons about why automotive experience matters. The Rivian R1S scored just 14 out of 100 points in Consumer Reports reliability rankings, the worst score in the entire automotive industry. We're not talking about minor software glitches or cosmetic issues. Owners report complete system failures that brick $80,000 vehicles, suspension components failing within months, and electrical systems that can trap you inside your own car.
So let's see if Rivian's latest R1S utility can make the case for taking the EV road less traveled.
Meanwhile, Fisker's bankruptcy left over 8,000 Ocean owners stranded with worthless warranties and vehicles that lost 48% of their value overnight.
The Fisker Ocean was the worst car I've ever reviewed, but really there were just a ton of things about the vehicle that were annoying.
Consumer Reports comprehensive owner surveys, NHTSA recall data, and bankruptcy court filings reveal the brutal reality that startup marketing departments desperately want to hide. You're about to see the documented evidence of why Rivian owners simultaneously love and regret their purchases, how Fisker's collapse destroyed thousands of families' financial security, and the specific strategies smart buyers use to protect themselves from startup failures. This isn't just about car reliability. This is about protecting your family's financial future from companies that treat customers as beta testers for unproven technology. Let's examine the data that exposes the true cost of believing startup hype. Rivian's reliability disaster. Consumer Reports doesn't mince words. Rivian ranks dead last among all automotive brands with a devastating reliability score of just 14 out of 100. This isn't speculation. This comes from extensive surveys of actual owners reporting real problems with their vehicles.
Service, voice control, and autonomy. These are the three pillars that Rivian has been weakest on so far with their otherwise extremely impressive vehicles.
This is an electric vehicle. With electric vehicles come crazy torque, crazy acceleration, crazy power.
R1T and R1S owners document complete system failures requiring hard resets at service centers. We're talking about fundamental software failures that completely disable vehicles worth over $80,000. Imagine your truck suddenly becoming a very expensive paperweight because the operating system crashed. Suspension and drivetrain failures plague both models within the first year of ownership. Documented cases include spontaneous drive shaft failures causing complete loss of power while driving on highways. Other owners report shock and strut failures, and electronic suspension malfunctions that make vehicles unsafe to drive. The electrical system problems are particularly dangerous. Owners report being physically locked inside vehicles due to software malfunctions. Others experience sudden gear shifts into park while driving. Imagine your truck deciding to stop in traffic because of a software bug. Door locks, climate control, and essential vehicle functions randomly fail, leaving owners stranded. Driver assistance systems suffer from safety-critical failures that triggered multiple NHTSA recalls. The emergency braking system and power delivery systems have documented malfunctions that put lives at risk. Here's the paradox that reveals everything. Rivian simultaneously ranks first in owner satisfaction, with 86% saying they'd buy again, while ranking dead last in reliability. This disconnect shows exactly what you're buying. Impressive innovation wrapped in fundamentally flawed execution. Fisker's collapse, the blueprint for disaster. Fisker's June 2024 bankruptcy filing provides a perfect case study of what happens when EV startups fail. Over 8,000 Ocean owners suddenly found themselves with vehicles they can't properly service, no warranty protection, and no path forward for repairs. The Ocean was plagued from launch. Door handle failures, software preventing the car from starting, charging system malfunctions within months of delivery. The company issued 6 recalls in 2024 alone, including transmission problems and emergency braking failures. Recalls that many owners now pay for out of pocket. Ocean owners who paid $60,000 or more face potential total financial losses. The bankruptcy court prioritized creditors over vehicle owners, leaving customers with minimal protection while banks recovered their investments. months. Over 800 owners retained legal representation to pursue claims, but the damage was done. American Lease purchased Fisker's remaining assets, but struggles to provide promised support services. Owners report paying $200 to $350 out of pocket for software updates that should be covered under warranty. The financial devastation was immediate and severe. Ocean values collapsed by 48% within a single month of bankruptcy news, one of the most dramatic depreciation events in automotive history. The startup manufacturing reality. Consumer Reports identified the core problem. Startup electric vehicle companies lacked the decades of quality control experience that traditional manufacturers developed through countless production cycles. Even Tesla, the most successful EV startup, still struggles with reliability, scoring just 36 out of 100 in Consumer Reports rankings.
The manufacturing process and the build quality, that's been figured out already. They've been doing that for 100 years. It's the EV components that are new to these companies.
Stephen Ellick from Consumer Reports explains that automakers continue working bugs out of EV technology, but problems extend to non-EV components like infotainment and electronic features. The pattern is clear across all startups. Impressive innovation paired with fundamentally flawed manufacturing execution. You're paying premium prices to beta test unproven technology, while companies learn basic automotive quality control. Financial protection strategies. Smart buyers approach startup EVs differently than traditional vehicles. Lease agreements or PCP deals with guaranteed buyback protection minimize financial risk compared to outright purchases. Third-party warranty companies like WarrantyWise provide coverage for orphaned vehicles when manufacturer warranties become worthless. This protection becomes critical when startups fail. Insurance considerations matter significantly. Startup EV brands face higher claim rates due to parts availability issues, repair complexity, and limited service networks, potentially affecting your premiums. Consumer Reports data reveals harsh truth about the EV startup landscape. Companies like Rivian achieve impressive innovation and customer satisfaction, but fail at fundamental manufacturing quality below industry standards. Fisker's collapse demonstrates extreme financial risks facing early adopters. When startups fail, owners bear the full cost, not just repair bills, but total asset value destruction. For consumers attracted to startup EV innovation, prioritize financial protection over ownership, lease rather than buy, secure third-party warranties, research service network availability, understand you're paying premium prices to beta test unproven technology. The electric vehicle revolution will succeed, but the path forward will be littered with failed startups and stranded customers. The question isn't whether these companies will change transportation, it's whether you can afford to finance their learning curve. Which brings us to our critical question for the comments. Have you experienced reliability issues with any startup EV brand? Share your model year and specific problems. Your experiences help other buyers make informed decisions. And if you found this breakdown valuable, hit that subscribe button for honest automotive content that respects your intelligence and your wallet.